What's up, everybody? Chapter 4, Basil the White Dragon Master's back here. Today we're going to talk about UFC on Fox. Very interesting card today. We had, and I'm going to talk mainly about the main fights, the last three fights that were on this card, because they were truly spectacular, some of them. The first one I'm going to talk about is Donald Cerrone's fight, which he had with an unknown Brazilian fighter. I've been following UFC for a while. This guy was not a big name, whoever he was fighting, but I can tell you this much: the head KO that he had with his roundhouse kick, the Muay Thai kick that he did to the head, was an excellent knockout. It was probably Muay Thai 101, if you would call it. The kick came right and connected to the guy's neck, and he went straight down. So that was probably, in my opinion, the knockout of the night. It was actually a perfect technique, head kick or neck kick executed. And then we had the co-main event, which I was thinking that was going to be the most interesting fight, since I'm a light heavyweight myself. I'm a 205 pound. I bounce between 205 pounds and 185 pounds. So I'm on the heavier side, but these guys are even bigger than me. The one that came out was the heavyweight bout between Gabriel Gonzaga and Stipe Miocic. One was from Brazil and one was from Croatia, which is one of the best countries where the best kickboxers come from, like Mirko Kroka. I definitely thought that this was going to end in a KO. I was actually very surprised as to how boring that fight was. I'm surprised. I really was, because both of these guys finish people. And when you're a heavyweight, if you connect to a solid shot, a punch or a kick, 9 out of 10 you're going to hit the guy, because you're going to knock him out, or you're going to finish him, because it's such big people. Guys my size, 205 pounds, 185 pounds, and 220 or 265 like these guys are, any connection from those kind of weight classes will finish people. So I was a little bit disappointed as to how this fight went. It was a 3-round, long, drawn, stretched fight, and Stipe Miocic beat Gabriel Gonzaga. It's just that, it went to a decision, something I didn't expect. But on the other side, the main event was amazing, man. It was a dogfight between Josh Thomson and Benson Henderson. I personally loved that fight. It was one of the greatest fights I've seen so far, because there was just back and forth, grinding. Thomson took him down many times, and Henderson connected with him a few times. I think at some point in the fight, Josh Thomson, I believe it was on the 4th round, he broke his thumb. He broke his hand. And he still kept, with the tenacity that this guy had, he kept taking him down. He kept punching with the broken hand, which is, it's very commendable. It shows the kind of heart that these guys, they have and they display. That was remarkable. I was not happy with the outcome. I'm actually a little upset, because Josh Thomson won that fight. And Benson Henderson, they gave it to the judges gave it to Benson Henderson. Clearly, it was a back and forth battle, but being a split decision given to Benson Henderson, I don't think it was the right call at all. I think Josh Thomson pulled it off. I think he definitely won that fight, and it should have been a unanimous decision, in my opinion. And even if it was a split decision, it should have been given to Josh Thomson. So, they always say in MMA, especially for the UFC has probably the worst judges or judging system in all of professional sports, and it's an epidemic, literally, in our martial arts, in our sport of MMA. It's so corrupted. They don't even. It's like you've got unprofessional judges that don't even know what they're talking about. They don't even. You could score a fight clearly knowing that one guy won, but then they give it to the other one. So it happens a lot in MMA, and unfortunately we're scared that it's going to end up like boxing at some point. So, let's hope that things get better. But for the most part, I personally thought that it was a good card. Thomson definitely, in my opinion, won, but on the cards, on TV, he lost. we'll be looking forward to the next UFC that's coming up, which is between Renan Barão and Uriah Faber. I'm excited to see that one as well, because that's a championship match, and these guys are excellent fighters, and that's going to happen hopefully I believe it's next Saturday, but it is the next UFC though. But anyway, guys, that was my my opinion, or my 2 cents, the Dragons' 2 cents on the UFC on Fox tonight. Overall, a good card, but main event wasn't very happy or very satisfactory. I mean, the results were not as satisfactory as it should have been. The guy clearly won. So anyway, I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you soon. White Dragon out. Yeah!